Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Midweek Makes. I'll just Potter. I'm actually look. This is the vision of somebody who's actually mildly prepared today and has an idea. Let's go to Facebook. Oh, lovely. Hello, Christine. How are you? First one commenting. Hope you're having a good week. Deborah. Hello to you. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Vicky, good evening to you. Where are you, Vicky? You probably say every week where you are. But I have lots of people watch from all over the world. If I pop over to YouTube, hello to Laurie, good morning. Good early morning, very early morning is Heather from Australia. Julie, hello to you. And Lynn, Julie, you got your goodies, didn't you? I'm glad. I did see your message. Ling Harrison, Elaine Hunt, good morning both of you, and Katerina, sorry, I'm reading that wrong. I'm kind of prepared. Sometimes I'm not. But this week, I woke up a few days ago and I just had this is going to sound really weird, I had this vision. You know, it wasn't a dream, but I woke up thinking about it and just picturing a project. And I do this sometimes, I don't know where it comes from, but I just pictured a butterfly in a bottle. Weirdly, I don't know whether it sort of came from a ship in a bottle type image or what it was. Hello to Anne, how are you? That's Anne Moden on YouTube. Good morning to Bettina, hello, sitting with the coffee. Carol, can I have one? Hi Sam. Caroline, hello to you. Trish and Jenny. Yeah, Australia. Thank you, Vicky. Yes, so prepared. I've got things ready. I've got things die cut because my die cutting machine is off to the side, so you won't see me die cutting. So I thought, you know what, I'll do those bits for you. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try and recreate this vision. It makes me sound all spiritual and things, and I'm really not. But my daughter is. But I've got perfume bottle from my previous, and I say this, there's not a lot of this left, but it is still available. Oh, it was last time I looked, and that's the Paris Romance collection, which is the 3D bottles. So you've got perfume and aftershave, you can mix and match them. Actually looks a bit like a grenade as well when you see it like that, but when it's cut from acetate it looks like a lovely shaped glass bottle. Both of them do. So these I'm going to be using for the perfume bottle. And then I've also got the stamps, and these are built to decorate a perfume bottle, but in a kind of a birthday wish way. So you've got numbers, you've got celebrate, it's your day, special mum, perfume, sister, daughter, de Paris, beautiful, just for you, it's your door. All of these labels, basically building up labels that are kind of personalised to then go on the perfume bottle. So if you're sending someone a 34th birthday card and you want to do them a bottle, you can put 34 or number 34, obviously go a bit Chanel, on the bottle for the 34th birthday. That's the idea. Hi Adele, don't worry, you're not late. Not really, because I'm still chatting, I'm still just rambling. Hello to Gillian as well. Hope you're all well. I wish there was a way of me having both YouTube and Facebook comments up at the same time. That would be really good. Stacey, good morning. I love Stacey. I love how much you comment. Lovely long comments. It's great. I love my Wednesdays now because I don't have to wait long after putting wee man into school and then come back and get to craft along with Lou. Love it when a day is planned like this. Absolutely. Good morning, Julie Burrows. How are you? Katerina is sitting in the kitchen trying to edit a video down. Your life is a nice excuse to have a coffee break. Absolutely, and hopefully we'll get some inspiration at the same time. Okay, I'll leave it on the YouTube comments for now, but I will pop back to the Facebook ones as well. If you have any questions, please do pop them in capitals so I can see them, and I'll try to go back through the comments at the end of the day. So my idea is a 7x7 card base. I didn't tell you as well, the butterflies, sorry. So this is the Paris Romance collection, Textures Paris Romance collection. You'll find links pinned on both YouTube and on Facebook that will take you directly to my textures. And then on Craft Stash there is a way of filtering the range. So if you go to the filters and filter by range, you can filter Paris Romance. This is the Floral Folk Art collection. I'm going to use the layering butterflies from here as well. You can basically tick all the collections that you want to see, and that will filter those out for you. So, okay, so I'm starting with the 7x7. I think it's 7x7. I think I'm pretty sure it is. Do you know what? I think you'd think a papercraft would have a ruler to hand. Yeah, so it's just under 7x7, so it would fit in a 7x7 envelope. I've cut already a mat from white cardstock, and this has got the outline of the perfume bottle cut into it, the aperture. Now, when I designed these bottles, I wanted them to be dimensional. So you've got one that has tabs on the outside, and this is the same for both styles of bottles. And you see how big they are, they're nice and large. So this is cut down a little bit smaller, so it's about 6.5 by 6.5 inches, this panel. And it's a strong cardstock because I'm going to be adding mediums and such to it. But I wanted to have a nice dimensional perfume bottle, but I also wanted to have the outline that doesn't have the tabs, because then you can cut yourself an aperture and put the bottle inside that. But also it's nice if you're doing pattern paper, like a mats and layers, you can go around the tabs and things. So it's just, yeah, nice easy way of covering things over. Hi Lynn, good morning Nova as well. You sounded French words. Well, are you fluent French? No, I'm not fluent French. I was taught French at GCSE level, but I wasn't brilliant at it, and I've forgotten most of it now. But I suppose France is only across the water from us, isn't it? We have visited a few times. I'd love to sound French. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful accent, gorgeous language. Just thinking of being in France. I'm going to be in Barcelona in a few days. I'm going to Barcelona for the weekend, bank holiday weekend, so it's a long weekend. So, but I'm not there yet. I'm certainly not in holiday mode yet. So I've cut my mat there, and I'm also going to cut out from my card base just a rectangle. This is just a rectangle that I've got. It's a nesting die. I think it's an A2 nesting die. So I'm not showing them the packet because they've not launched yet, but they are going to be launching very soon. So I'm just going to use a pencil to just draw around where my perfume bottle is going to be. Now, I couldn't get the perfect sized rectangle. I could hand cut it, but I'm going to be honest, I can't be bothered. So I'm going to cut a rectangle out from my card front, and this is just going to give us a little bit more dimension between the front of the card. I'm going to have the butterfly floating in there as well. Looking for tape, but it seems I've mislaid all my low-tack tape, so let's get a new piece. Put that on the inside a bit more because that will be the waste. I'm going to open my card base up. This is one bit I didn't pre-cut for you because I wanted to show you how I did this by marking the inside of the perfume bottle first, because otherwise people might ask. So I thought, as exciting as it is to see me off-screen die cutting, I apologise. I just wanted to show you that bit now. There we go. Well, thankfully, now my plates are really dirty, so I've got lots of marks on the paper, but thankfully it's all going to be covered over. So in fact I don't even need to worry if this tears the cardstock either. So there's an aperture there as well. Let's save my tape a little bit. Right, so I'm going to have my perfume bottle over there. Now I'm not worried about this. This is all going to be filled in. You see, this will be the top, the label. Oh, do you know what? I've cut the lid and I've forgotten about the rest of it, so I'll need to cut another one of those. But yeah, so there's the lid, and hopefully we'll have some dimension in here with my acetate bottle over the top like so. So hopefully you can see that, and we're going to have the nice butterfly floating in here. Hi Alison Blake and Jules from Western Australia, good morning to you. I suppose good afternoon, evening. Good evening to Lynn as well. You'll watch now that dinner is over, 7 p.m. here. There we go, Lynn. I hope you enjoyed your dinner. What did you have? I need some inspiration for dinner tonight. My husband said very helpfully this morning, sorry, he said, we need something healthy today. I was like, oh, okay. I'll go and get something healthy then. Excuse me coughing. I did have one of those lovely summer colds, sort of end of last week, over the weekend. It was quite good that Katie and Sam were doing the Craft Stash live last week, because there's no way I would have done it. Well, I would have done, but you've had some funny noises coming out of me. I have some good news today. Well, was last night. I'm getting a new member to add to my family, a French bulldog. Oh, 2 years old. The owner's going into shelter. Can't take her. Oh, lovely. What are you going? I suppose 2 years old. Will you keep her name as she is now? Oh, really sweet. Lovely. Need to see photos. Isn't that lovely? I was looking at my dog today. One of them sprawled out on my bed, tummy in the air. Sam, you'll know what I mean. You showed me Monty last week with all the bits that you don't want to see hanging out. No, absolutely no shame whatsoever. And I just thought, is this what I've got? Is this my dog? Right, so I'm adding some detail to this front aperture before I start building my card up. And I'm using, this is from I think this came out with the the Magnolia Drive collection, the stencils, and I've got the damask one, which I think goes really nicely with sort of a perfume bottle theme. And this is the Sizzix dimensional paste. Now what I like about this is it kind of has a little bit of a sheen and a resist to it once you've dried it, and that's what I would like in this. So my colour choices today are going to be ivories, creams, bit of brown, and teals, as always. So I've got those two bits. I don't know, I might do a little bit more down here, not a lot, and a little bit up here without interfering with what I've already put on. So that can be very distressed and such up there. There we go. Oh, sorry, I just knocked the camera. Apologies, I forget it's that close. So look at that. How many minutes in? 13 minutes in, and I'm making a mess already and causing havoc. Right, so just pop that to the side for a moment. I want to wipe these, because if I don't wipe them now, they will get super messy. I put my wet wipes away. Sounds yummy, Lynn. What did she have? Garlic prawns on rice. Roasted garlic, gorgeous. I'm hungry now. I've only just had breakfast. Morning, sorry late. Don't worry, Paula. I was going to call you Pauline then. Sorry, I was emailing Pauline earlier. Paula, don't worry. We'll post a photo of this live. Yeah, definitely. Do that. It's Bella. Oh, that's a pretty name. My Isabel. My daughter's called Isabel, so I love the name Bella. She was nearly going to be an Isabella, but not quite. Right, this is going to take a lot of cleaning up, so I'm just going to give it a wipe. True crafting, none of this YouTube stuff where we speed through all this cleaning up the mess. Proper craft, proper real-time crafting. Now I always use the wet wipes that are 100% water or 99% water, pure, no alcohol and all of this, because it's just better for all of your products. Better for your hands as well if you're getting them wet regularly during the day. But yeah, it doesn't dry out anything. So things like your stamps, for example, is much better for them. Right, okay. I think I've done enough on these to be able to put them aside and they not dry up. So I can, one more, I can carry on using this mat. Does sound yummy. Okay, so what's been going on this week besides Stacey's obviously getting her new pup. Good morning, Joanne. How are you? From Sydney. Thank you for joining me. There we go. Right, so all clean, and I'm going to just heat up this paste so that I can start doing a resist on it. I've got my heat gun here. I just need to be careful with wires because I have a drink. I'm going to put that drink behind me, otherwise I'm going to knock it off. Right, so I'm just going to heat this. Hopefully you can still all hear me okay. So what's been happening this week? I'll go first. So this week, obviously, Oh, I've got on my website, on my blog, I've got a new colour chart for you, distress colour chart. Let me show you if I can reach it while I'm heating this up. Oh, here we go. So I've got this colour chart now. That's a download and printable that you can just print off and have at home near your craft desk. That is already filled in for you, so lots of you know I've got the distress colour chart that you can download, print off. It's much larger, but you can fill that one in as and when you buy your distress inks and oxides. But this one I created yesterday after doing a bit of a poll. So lots of you said yes, one that's already filled in would be handy to have so you can see the colour swatch. Now I scanned those in as higher quality as possible, so fingers crossed when you print it off it will be as true to colour as you can make any sort of printable colour chart, and you'll be able to then compare all the distress colours at once, also see which ones you might want next as well. So that's available for you. Good morning, how are you, Simone? Ah, Stacey, your gran was Isabella, your mum was Isabel, your middle name's Isabel as well. That's lovely. I do love the name. I must admit, I've never regretted either of my children's names. Right, now this is probably still a bit damp underneath, but I think the top layer will be reasonably dry. So let's do, there it is. Let's bring this mat back in. And I want to go vintage. Look at this, it's first thing in the morning. Yes, so that's happened. Obviously I'm preparing for Barcelona. So I've been busy making sure that my social media is ready. Now I'm going to be using these today, and they're the Creative Craft Products inks. These are what were my textures watercolour inks, but we've put them under the Creative Craft Products brand now, so that all brands can use them. So that's the yellow, although it looks orange. It looks orange, but it is the yellow. And there's the brown. Now I'm only going to do one little dot of each of these. And then let's do some, I'm getting low on water. And I need a paintbrush. Let's go for a bigger brush, otherwise it'll take me forever. So I'm going to spritz some water over here. And then I'm going to spritz some water here. So it's going to be a very, very watery effect. That is orange, isn't it? I think I've put orange on there instead of yellow. Let's do a bit of a mix instead then. Now I don't want this to be dark at all. So let's just add them a little bit. Can you see that? Let's lift that up. I didn't realise how out of shot I was as such. So just picking up. It's almost black. I'm not sure. I think it's. I might have even put the black on instead of the brown. I'm getting my studio sorted soon. I'm very excited about that. Right, so as you can see, I've just got the colour sitting in and around. Let's brush it off a little bit as well. That's a bit better. So it's sort of an orangey colour. I think I've used orange. But that damask is being resisted now. I need to do a clean up. There it is. I knew it was on the floor. My kitchen towel had rolled off. So I don't want to risk putting any more ink on there. I think it was black instead of brown, you know, but never mind. It's not too far off. Let's lift off the excess from here. Look at that drying. You see, we've just got that nice creamy colour to it. That's it. Put it on my card base as well. Well done, me. Good job. I like grungy and mucky, isn't it? And not too neat and tidy. There we go. That's pretty. So let's give that a bit of a whiz dry. So what was I saying? You might have to remind me. Oh, I hope you're feeling better, Paula. Hi Joanne, how are you? Hope you're well. I've lost my train of thought, everyone. Do you not find the paste bubbles a wee bit? Sometimes a little bit. Sometimes it does bubble a little bit, but I really like the texture anyway, so that's fine. Right, let's just give this a bit of a dry, and then we can ink round those edges and pick those out a little bit. So what's happened this week? I've got that colour chart available for you. It's been a busy week. I'm preparing to go to Barcelona, so getting ready for that. Hi Debbie. Lots and lots going on at Craft Stash. We've got new launches left, right and centre. We have got, you've probably all seen in the emails, if you get the emails, we've got the blog hop coming up on Friday, so I need to film that today. Actually, my son's got a vaccination today. Go and get that done. He refused it in school, so I'm dragging him along and making sure he has it. What else has been happening? Oh, the studio will be done soon. Me and my husband, I have planned to sit in here with my husband this evening. I told him I'd buy him chocolate and we could sit here, and we are going to make notes and discuss starting to make this into a proper studio, building the walls, putting the electrics and the lighting in, where I want things like PowerPoints and lights and all this stuff. Because he said, well, he can't start it while I'm away, apparently. His excuse is that he needs me here. So I'm thinking, if I go through it all with him, he has no excuse not to start. We'll see. Sorry, everyone. Right, okay. So yeah, I'm very excited. So I've actually been doing a lot of storage and organisation the last few days. I didn't realise, let's use frayed burlap. I didn't realise how much talking would affect me, my cough, so it'll be fine. Now I'm wondering actually whether I might do antique linen first, which is obviously a cream. Hello Gladys, how are you? And Anne, hi. Hope you're well. Oh, I do like this colour. This is the sort, do you know, I'm going to brush this over everything. Capture some of the detail in that paste. There we go. Obviously, as always, I want this to be a bit grungy, a bit vintage. That's just the style I like. Okay, so antique linen and then frayed burlap. Let me grab, there it is. Let me grab the brush. So in preparation for my studio being done, I have been organising lots. I've got some new wooden storage from Craft Stash, which should be going live on the website this week, but it's absolutely brilliant. So I've got distress ink storage, and I've got cardstock storage. So that's made everything look a lot neater. Last night I sat and sorted out my scraps. I was talking to Sam and asking her, you know, how do you store your scraps, and she showed me. So I've gone and bought similar so I can store them in the same way, because it seemed a really good idea. I wanted them accessible. I didn't want to have to open up tubs or boxes or anything every time I needed to get to some scraps. Okay, right. I think I'm pretty much there with the background. I may well do some more, but I'll leave that for now. Put that to the side because I want to move on to my perfume bottle. Let's give all this a wipe. Look how mucky I'm getting. I'm just going to pop over to Facebook and see lovely comments on there. Hi Carla, how are you? No, I'm coming back. Thank you, Julie. You love Barcelona, Carly, did you? Yeah, Carla, sorry. We're only there for 3 days. Yeah, I was on YouTube, but I'm popping back. Hi Vicky, how are you? Hi Maureen. Oh, you've got those inks, have you, Julie? Yeah, they are good. They're really nice. Maureen, just been weeding your back garden, So I've sat down for a drink before I start again. Is it nice weather there? It's lovely here. Oh, weather's changing tomorrow, is it? Oh, well, I'm off to Barcelona on Friday. No, Saturday, so... Deborah, are you on both? I'm not sure. First time you've got to watch. Hi, Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me live. I'm glad you got to catch us live anyway. Jeanette, hello to you. Hi, Maz. There we go. I think I'm caught up. Oh, Tracy, just in from shopping, nearly missed you. Oh, Tracy. Okay, so who asked? Karen wanted to see the storage. I'll just show you. So they're just magazine files. They're just the. Now I know Sam's got plastic ones. I've just got the cardboard ones from IKEA. Just white magazine file. I can't show you because it's too big for the for where the camera is. But yeah, so just magazine files, and I've got 2 colourways in each. So I've got purples and blues in this one. So I go red and pink in one, purple and blue in one, teal and green in another, orange, yellows and browns in another, because I didn't have so many of them. Yellows and oranges are not my thing. All my white scraps, and then blacks and greys, and then I've got acetate, vellum, glitter card, mirror card, all of that in another. And these are just my scraps. These are not my nice whole sheets, so just my scraps. Okay, so now I want to do some stamping onto this, and I'm going to use Stays On if I can find what I've done with it. Oh, there it is. My Stays On ink, which will go on to acetate. You can, of course, die cut heat resistant acetate and then heat emboss onto it. So let's see, how are we going to do this? We're going to make it into a nice label. Let's do that first of all. So this is just a little frame. Oh, I always forget this with Stays On. Who else does this? Who else forgets to take the cover off of the Stays On? I'm guessing because it's kind of an alcohol, it's a solvent based ink, it would sort of evaporate and dry out very quickly if we didn't have that on there. Now, I'm not using a stamping platform, which maybe I should be, but I'm not worried. So there's a frame. Then I'm going to do number. What number should we have? It doesn't really matter. It's just, I'm not doing this for anyone in particular. Number 8 sort of comes to mind. I don't know why. Give this a little bit of a wipe. Because it stays on, it will stain. Number 8. I don't know why number 8. Yeah, you've done that. Is that your paper scraps? Is that what you mean? Oh no, with the ink pads, sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm so dippy sometimes. There we go. Yeah, so lots going on at Craft Stash. We actually sent out a survey recently, Craft Stash did, and lots of you, it seemed, weren't aware or weren't subscribed to the Craft Stash YouTube channel, which I think is very odd because we're on there all the time. So if you're not and you'd like to be, please do go and just search Craft Stash on YouTube and subscribe, because there was a huge amount of you weirdly not subscribed. I'm going to pop this, try and neatly pop this underneath. Sorry if I'm getting my face or my head in camera view at all. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, and another one at the top. See how you can build these labels up. So just a little bit of detail. There. Okay, so that's pretty. So it looks kind of like it's engraved on the glass there. You do actually have in this set, if you're cutting cardstock with them, you have got some embossing plates. You've got eau de toilette and aftershave there. You've also got little tabs. You can put those in here, in these ones. So if you want to do perfume on this bottle, you've got a little square embossing plate. That's for the aftershave there. And then you've got your bigger ones for here, if you wish to use those. But I've done it this way. Okay, let's put those away for now and start putting it in here, and then we'll do the butterfly, I think. Okay, so what I've done is, rather than having this actually really shaped, I've decided I need to be careful because of course I've got that on there. I've decided to just, because what you can do, okay, so what you can do is fold these over and stick them so that you've actually got a gap and some dimension. It's really nice to create shakers and things, but I'm just going to keep them open and not use my fingers. My sister-in-law will go mad at me if she knows that, because she's doing my nails now. Going to get her doing my nails regularly, and she'll go mad at me if she realises I'm peeling off tape with my nails. There we go. So I'm going to line this up inside the gap there. There. Okay. There we go, we're getting there. Right, you've got to go. Don't worry, Vicky, have a nice day. I hope you're all okay. Let me see, who have we got? Joanne, I know, I went to IKEA the other day and I went for my kitchen, but I ended up buying all sorts, but I didn't go for my craft room, but I will be going for my craft room. Now, as you can see, I did die cut already a piece of mirror card ready for my lid, and weirdly, I actually cut it completely wrong. I wasn't concentrating clearly, so I'm going to cut another bit of cardstock. Now that's a matte, so if we do a little bit of shiny, then that should, that's ever so shiny. Look, you can probably see the reflection. Let's have a look. Let's come back. You can see the reflection of, yeah, a camera up there. I will do a studio tour when it's all done. I'm not doing it now because it's just a mess now. Helen Griffin had a little tour the other day. Yesterday. But I will give you all a proper tour one day. Maybe that will be my live one day. A proper tour when it's all done. And I'll show you all my storage, say, solutions, or how I'm using my storage. And that'll be nice, won't it? That'll be nice. And sort of welcome you. Okay, so I just need to cut it there. That's all. I didn't need to cut the other bits. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pop my hot glue on, ready for use in a short while, because I know I'm going to be using them. Actually, also, because that tab's there, I'm just going to put a bit of tape over that, just to secure the top down. I'll do. It's all going to be covered up anyway. And I'm going to use, this is book binding glue, so it's made for sticking paper and cardstock, but it's just really good for sticking everything. I really like it. There. So there's that, and then I'm going to take, go on, stick. I say that, it's really good for sticking everything and then it doesn't stick. It happens. Right, give that a moment to settle itself and dry, and then I'm also going to put this one on with foam tape on top to give it a bit more dimension on the front. We'll do this butterfly. So the layering butterflies, I'm actually going to be using those for the Craft Stash summer sale blog hop that we're doing. I've got a nice technique that you can do with them. And we've got lots and lots of people taking part in this blog hop as well. It's going to be really good fun. So hopefully you can make that. That's on Friday. So I've got my rectangle in there. I'm going to raise it up so we get even more dimension. Just like so. Now I thought a good way of raising this up was going to be to take a piece of acetate, not acetate, sorry, a piece of this adhesive foam, and just cut this shape into it. I have to remember you're all with me and watching though, because otherwise I just carry on without talking, just chatting to myself. That's why I sometimes forget to check the comments, I think. Right, so I'm going to cut into the foam. Don't forget, if you're cutting foam, you only cut through once. Don't double cut. Joanne Buck, you've been watching craft room tours. Oh, I know, I've seen so many of them, they're so beautiful. And I'm torn. Now, do I want one that's like Tim Holtz, all very vintage and grungy, beautiful? Do I want one like pretty much any other crafter where everything's sort of white, but then you've got the pops of rainbow colours? Do I want one though, which is kind of what I'm veering towards at the moment, because I love teal. Teal is my favourite, so I'm thinking it might be mostly white to keep it nice and clean and fresh, but with teal tubs and baskets and labels and things like that. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to have rainbow colours on show because I'll have my distress inks, I'll have my brushes, I'll have what else is all in rain? Well, everything I've got I get in every colour. So obviously all my cardstock scraps will be displayed. So yeah, I'm thinking actually I'm going to end up like others going down the rainbow route. We shall see. Friday's the worst day for me as I go shopping on the community bus. I have to have no control over time. Oh, that's a shame. Well, do you know what? It's actually not going to be lives. They're all pre-recorded videos, so you can come back and watch any of them at any time. Okay, so don't worry. Right, so I'm actually using the negative here, or the what would be the waste. Just using this to lift up around here, give me a little more dimension between the two, so we're really starting to get that sort of look. And peel this off. Lots of layers going into this one. I have made a mess on my card base, but hey ho, I could just do a big splat of brown ink or something and that will cover that over. Okay, now I will probably decorate the inside of the card as well later on. But so far. Right, now butterfly. Let's see, this needs grunging up. This is no good as it is. It needs some ink on it. I actually discovered when I was doing my paper scraps, I've got quite a few previously inked backgrounds that where I've just inked them for a video or something and not used them. So they're really fun. I've got lots of those I can bring out. I don't think I can really do much in the way of inking this. Let's glue the butterfly together. Anne, hello. Right, whatever style you choose, it needs to work for you. I know, exactly. I love the grungy look. I used to have suitcases, vintage suitcases on my walls. I've got vintage cameras around. But I always felt it didn't look clean and tidy, and that did bother me. So hang on, I'm not going to stick that on just yet. Sorry, I was, but I'm not, because I need to do this bit. So I've got some string. That's what I needed to do. Darn it. I've got ahead of myself. We'll see if we can fix it. So a little bit of not double-sided, a little bit of thread there. This is just, I'm going to actually put that at an angle as well. It's not going to be straight. There. A little bit of this is just cotton thread Coincidentally, it's in teal colour. So yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm umming and ahhing. I've got a little while before I need to think too much about decorating the room, but I think I've got all the white shelving, so I'll be using that. It's just what colours do I go on top with? What colours? All my storage boxes and such. So I've put that at an angle, so I'm hoping that will sit. Do you know what? I think I might have to do the other side of the butterfly as well. So that's going to sit inside there. And because it's on a thread, you should have some movement. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. You see just that little bit of movement. Okay, so now I need to work out getting this attached. Excuse me, honestly, you're clearing my throat all week. I need to work out getting this attached when I've already stuck it all down. Oh look, that comes off really easily. Oh, that's brilliant. Look at that. No problem at all. There we go. So you've got loads and loads of wiggle room with that as such. So let's pop these down. Now the best way to secure these is to secure the tape one way and then bend it round. Makes it a lot harder to come loose. I said secure the tape, I meant secure the thread, so secure it one way. And then what I'll do, because I haven't got a lot of space here, is I'll fold this over on itself. Whoops, if I can even pick it up. Like so. I've just put that in the wrong way. What am I doing? If someone can come and sort my brain out today, that would be fabulous. How are we doing for time? Okay, not that much longer left. I thought this was going to be quite a quick one today, but apparently not. Okay, so let's put this back over. There we go. So we've got that little bit of movement. I say I didn't want a lot. I just wanted it so it jiggled. Definitely jiggles, doesn't it? Okay, so I need something in the background. I do not want it white in there. Let's see, what can we do? We're going to have to do a panel of something. Oh, what colours? Should we go dark? Should we go like quite a dark? I mean, come on, Halloween's coming up, isn't it? Sort of do some brown, do some nice. Should I do some ink smooching? I've not done that. I've not got that messy yet today. Right, so I'll need quite a big piece of cardstock. I think I'm going to start with, where's my watercolour? I saw some watercolour earlier. I'm just getting up. Not there. There it is. Okay, so some watercolour paper, because this will just hold, that will hold it really well, hold all the ink and things. Yeah, definitely, Paula, that's the idea. I want you to copy, well, I don't want you to, I'd like you to copy these. Definitely, if I'm making anything, I'd love you to have a go at the techniques or the project and then let me know, show me, message me. I'm not very good at messaging. I'm having a blonde moment. Honestly, I'm having more than one today, Simone. I can turn my hot glue gun off because that's what I was going to attach the threads with. I think I've just got so much on at the moment. I don't know if any of you are the same, but when you've got time off work coming up, you have to do extra work to make sure that you don't fall behind while you're off. And although I haven't got long off, I've actually only got bank holiday plus 1 day off. It's a bit, I'm getting a bit stressed with it. Okay, so smooching, where's my mat? There we go. So we're going to go darker. Shall we go as dark as, let's do a little bit ground espresso. Do you know, I've not used my stains much, and I've got a beautiful Uncharted Mariner, of course, and I've got walnut stain. Oh, and then I've got salvage petite. How about these three? Okay, so let's put that down just to mix in with that. So what I'm going to do is do this first. This is going to get really messy. So this is kind of like my base. Okay. Kitchen towel. Oopsie. Just wanted to dry that off a little bit so it didn't get saturated. Okay, so oh, look at those. Right, now let's mix all these. Mix some of them up. There we go. Keep it down flat. And there we go. Right, I'm going to dry this now. Only problem is I need to dry it without that mat underneath. So it's all going to get on my other mat if I'm not careful. Yeah, okay, let's get this dried. I love playing with inks and sprays and such like this. And just seeing what comes out. Not really having a plan. Come on, down you go. There we go. I don't want all the colour just rolling to the edges. It will lighten though because it's oxides. Will the butterflies still show up with the dark background? I think so. It's not too dark, is it? Because it's an oxide, it's lightening. It is becoming lighter. Quite a bit lighter actually. I think it'll still show. Thank you, Stacey. Let's have a look at Facebook. Facebook, I'm coming back. I think just make your craft space somewhere that you love spending time in. Add things that inspire you and make you smile. Absolutely. Thank you, Carol Kingsbury. And Caroline. I'm getting there. I'm making an almighty mess today. We don't mind. There we go. I think that's pretty much dry, except look at this mess underneath. And let's give this a wipe. So if anyone's wondering, the background that I use here, the tabletop, it's actually a photography background. It's not a vinyl or anything, but it does, as you can see, you can treat it a bit like that. So it's pretty much heat resistant. It doesn't warp or anything under the heat, and I can wipe it clean. So I love it just for that. So let's put that in there. Yeah, and you've got the white on the edges. That white is annoying me a little bit. It's bugging me. Let's see, how does that look? Yeah, the white's bothering me. It's going to have to go. I was going to cut that rectangle and leave it like that, but it's not working for me. So, excuse me, lost my scissors. I'm going to come inside here. Now you can cut another panel to fit inside here if you wished. It hides everything, hides all the workings. And round the corner, there we go. So you just use this and cut yourself another panel. Mind you, you'd still have that, wouldn't you? Maybe as I was suggested right near the beginning, I could have taken a craft knife and just cut myself a rectangle, a suitable rectangle, and I didn't because I was being lazy. Well, now I wish I had. There we go. So that will go on the back of the card, so that butterfly will still, I think there's enough room there. I think there's still enough room. It's not, I think the white's a little bit too bright. Some of you might prefer it with the white. I definitely love my grungy. The white would annoy me too. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Right, just glue this down again. This bookbinding glue, I actually had a look. There's not a huge amount of this bookbinding glue left already. Probably because I keep shouting about it. It's on Craft Stash, but it's really, really lovely glue. Isn't it funny nowadays we have to put warnings on there saying keep away from eyes and do not ingest. I mean, but then again, I suppose a couple of years ago, who would have thought that children would be eating washing pods? We have to do these things, don't we? There we go. Okay, so we need, I like to do cards that don't actually have a sentiment on them. That's something I do often do. So I'm going to just do this, a few little splats to grunge it up a tiny little bit more, and then I'm going to do, see, that will be resisted on the acetate. I don't know whether that will end up drying on the acetate at all. It might do. And lastly, let's bring my gems, because I've got some little ones in here somewhere. I just saw them. Oh, here we go. Now everyone asks about this. This was Amazon. It was about a tenner, I think, the little compartments. I did actually make an order. I always said I wouldn't, but I did make an order from that Temu recently, and it came within a few days. The product's fine. I mean, it was only some storage baskets that I'm going to end up hopefully using. Really cheap. I'm happy with them. I can't say there's anything wrong with what I ordered, but like I say, it was just storage. I don't know if anyone's had any other experiences. Some of the things just seem a bit too cheap, so I wouldn't purchase those, but I think if you're looking at storage baskets and things like that, they're absolutely fine. And I get most of my gems, if they don't come out of the Papercraft Society boxes, then I get them from Lucy's Cards and Things. Absolutely my favourite place to go shopping. Sometimes she has offers on over the weekends. Is that glue? I think so. So I actually got a load more when everything was 30% off one weekend, which was just brilliant. Let's pop one of these, and I think that's where these teal coloured or minty coloured flat back gems came from. I can't seem to pick this one up though. I'm gonna pick up pencils from Craft Stash. There we go. Okay, I prefer the colour background. The white is very stark. It is a bit too bright, isn't it, the white? Okay, so now you could of course put a different number in there if you're sending that to someone. It's only subtle, it's just so you've got a bit of texture in there. I suppose a lighter background and you wouldn't see the string, but I don't know what gave me the idea of putting, you could actually stamp happy birthday in there or have a little tag. There is the option, oh that's one thing, oh look what I've just done. I've just smeared Distress Oxides spray on there. Something you could do, and I might do it actually because I think that will finish that off. There is in here a bow. Where are you? For some reason I've got two lots of die sets in one here, in one lot of packaging. So there's a bow here. Let me cut this out. Cut out of there. Yeah, that'll fit on there. Oh. And I think this round the neck of the bottle will just be enough to finish that off. You could put a real bow. I could have done a real bow, couldn't I? Mind you, I'd have to rummage through my ribbon drawer. You could ink the string to blend more. I could do, couldn't I? Do you know what? Rather than ink, what might be easier would be, hang on. I actually did this with my wallpapering the other day. I can get under here and just darken it with a pen. Whoop, try not to catch. You have to come in from this angle. Is that a bit better? It's a bit better, isn't it? Good idea. Thank you, Carla. Fabulous. Vicky, use Temu a lot. No problems with product cost or delivery. No. I mean, I'll just say things as I find them. If I have a problem, I'll tell you. If I don't, I'll tell you. And I know there's a lot of craft items on there that people might be tempted by. I personally wouldn't go for stamps or dies because very often they would be copies of other products. I don't agree with that. But like I say, if it's kitchenware, storage, things like that, I mean, I can't see any issues with that at all. So I'm just inking the edges. So this is kind of going to be, I don't know whether I'll keep it as light as this. I feel like it needs to be a bit darker in places. Definitely in the centre. And then a little spritz. There's my mat. Oh, my mucky mat. Really mucky mat. Oh dear. So, spritz it with water first so that it's not so harsh. I've just really messed up any ink blending I'd already done on there. It's just been completely ruined. That down to the side. Has anyone got any good tips for distress inks and oxides on fingers? Because I haven't. I haven't. They get, oh honestly, I get so mucky. Right, a little bit of ground espresso in there. I'm not happy with that ribbon. I'll do a couple more. I'll probably end up doing a couple more layers of that. Is that going to stick? Not very well, is it? Where's my double-sided tape? I think that might be the easiest thing. I've got that spray absolutely everywhere. It's going to be a massive clean-up job. Okay, so let's... I'm just off camera picking the back of this double-sided tape. And shape that. As always, chances are I wouldn't post my cards anyway, so I would somehow I just knocked that. Do you know what, that camera moving, do you know what that is? That's my dog jumping off the bed in the room above. I'm just going to hold it still because I've got this secured to the ceiling. I thought, I'm not moving the camera, but I can hear my dog jumping on and off the bed, which is directly above me and is obviously vibrating the floor. I'm gonna have to sort that out, aren't I? Anyway, there we go. So there's a card with a kind of a floating, fluttering butterfly inside. It's a little bit different, isn't it? I would just, Carla, rather than just washing in bleach, I'd just get some clear thread. I've got clear thread somewhere. You can buy clear threads, but you can also get fishing line as well. I apologise if anyone's getting seasick. I don't think it's just the dog. It sounds like one of the kids are in my room walking about. Crazy. Thank you so much, everybody. Like I say, everything I've used, the perfume bottle die set and the butterfly die set and the stamps, they're all on Craft Stash and they're linked in that pinned comment that's both on on Facebook and on YouTube. Now I'm going to go back to trying to get my life in order before I go away. I will be here next Wednesday morning though, so that'll be my first morning back after a few days off, so probably be just as confused. But thank you all for joining me and for putting up for me. Yeah, bleach, I know, Carla, I use neat bleach, it's really bad, but that is my go-to if I need to. Let me just pop to YouTube, make sure there's no questions or anything over there. Thank you, Laurie and Lynn and Nova. Thank you so much, everybody. That's wonderful. I can't see that anyone's put anything in capitals. Yeah, I've got, Elaine, I've got a kitchen worktop underneath this, so I can work on that if I want to, but I worry about it staining. But new craft room soon, who knows what I'll have. It'll be fun. Probably something I can white that I can just bleach clean afterwards. If you have it as a background for recording videos, they show the shine from the light. The glass mats do, yeah. Okay, lovely. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining me. It's been great seeing you again this morning, hearing from you again this morning, and I will see you again next Wednesday. Take care and have a lovely week.